Good evening everybody, it is 6:45, it's the 20th of June today, first Saturday of the river season, and here we are, as you can see, down a tiny little river. You've seen me fish this river a few times, it's a tributary of the Avon, but I have never ever been up here in the summer, or even in the autumn to be honest. I only ever come here in the winter, but being a Saturday, I thought I'd come up here as I knew it would be quiet, and the river has been up the last couple of days. We've just chucked it down. If you ever think back, you'll remember it's really banged it down with rain the last few days. I think pretty much all over the country. This river's been right up and it's running off nicely. There's a nice tinge of colour to it, as you can see. And decided to come out for a rove this evening. I'm going to fish till whatever really. As I say, it's about 7:15 now. I'm going to fish till whatever, 10, 11 o'clock, whatever takes our fancy really. There's nothing huge in this stretch. If we catch a 4-pound chub, that'll be a real result in here. But there's some nice roach, there's some other smaller species as well. And with that in mind, I bought a bit of ground bait with me, just a bit of roach ground bait, mixed up with some liquidized bread. Baits I've got some lobworms, I've also got some smaller worms, and I've got some maggots and some bread, and that's it. I think today, looking at the river and being at the time of year that it is, so natural baits will be the way to go. Certainly for chub, I think lobworms will be the best, although I do love fishing with bread. So I'm going to give it a go. I've come to a pool here. I've walked up the stretch, I'm going to walk back down to the stretch, do sort of 20 minutes, half an hour in each swim, and fingers crossed we can have a few different species out and some nice specimens of some different species. So fingers crossed. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to get the rod out. I bought my Ultralight with me, set to 9 foot. Thought it'd be perfect for this sort of small river fishing in the summer. Just got a landing net with me, bank stick and my bag, and that's it. So let's give it a go in here and we'll have a roam back up the stretch. Blimey, didn't take long. First run through. Got into some snags under my feet. Well guys, how's about that for first cast? Fantastic. Just trundled the lobworm through, just got a single swan shot link ledger on. Just pulled round out of the current and bang. Superb. Absolutely mint condition as well. Fantastic. What a great start. Ah. Oh wow, what a session this turned out to be. You could probably tell I've just moved a little bit further down to fish the back end of the pool. Missed one bite and then there you go. Wow. There we are guys, just a little bit smaller this one than the previous one, but wow, what a brace to start with. Fantastic. I still had the other one resting in the landing net. I think we'll get him back and move on. Well, greedy little fella. Great to see though, juveniles. Good for the future of the river. Fantastic. Yeah, careful. Great stuff. I've got another small one. That's great. I'm going to just put him in the landing net so he doesn't spook his mates. We'll have another 10 minutes here, I think. Yeah, I think this run is full of little chub. I'm getting lots of knocks and chewed maggots and chewed worms, and I couldn't quite work out what was going on. And scaled down. It does seem that it's just chub. Thought perhaps maybe some nice roach in here, but it looks like it's little chub. We'll have a couple of more casts anyway. Well, that's interesting. Just put white maggots on. I've actually caught a roach. Well, there's another species. That's a dace. Queuing up down there. However, I think it's time to move on. Well, good. Just moved into this very tight swim here, and before I even had a chance to put the camera on, just had this fella just dropped the bread down, and he absolutely nailed it. Fab. It's quite a drop down here to the water, so I'm going to have to return him straight away, and I'm going to have to return him here because there's stinging nettles absolutely everywhere. I've had to hack my way in, so hopefully he won't spook all his shoal mates or his bigger brother. Well, it's tricky netting in here. The water levels are right down, but I think we've got a nice roach. Well, guys, how's about that for a wild redfin? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Over the moon with that. That's brilliant. I'm after some nice roach this year, and that's just what the doctor ordered. Superb. That's wonderful stuff. Well, guys, I've given it another 10 or 15 minutes since I had that roach, but there's nothing else doing. Not surprisingly, the amount of commotion and light I've spread on the water, and you know, the river here is 15 foot wide, something like that. I could probably jump across it. You know, it's not very wide at all, and I've made such commotion and stuff. I'm not really surprised, and I've had to return the fish back here. As you can see behind me, you know, I'm in this this alcove of stinging nettles I've just created as well. You know, made a load of noise getting in here too. So it's fantastic to have that chub and that lovely roach. Really pleased about that. I'm pleased about the whole session. Really, it's so nice to be back on the rivers and this small river particularly. It's do like a roving session. Really enjoyed it. But it's about 10:30 now, so I'm going to call it a day. But as I say, I've really enjoyed that, as you can probably tell. So I think the next time I'll be out will be in a few days. I'm not sure exactly where yet. It depends on river conditions. They're all dropping, but we're due a decent amount of rain again tonight. So I think I'll have to suck it and see a little bit, see where looks most promising, whether it's the Avon or one of its tributaries. Who knows? But until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Tight lines. Enjoy your own angling if you get out, and I'll see you again very soon.